What's up, y'all? Welcome back. You got Camille and I here today. We're going to show you how to properly fail on squats. Very serious, very scary. Pay attention. Number one, you shouldn't be failing on squats. That's number one. But if you do, we're going to show you how to properly do it. Alright, when you're talking about squats, if you push in the envelope, which we all do from time to time, you're doing a weight you've never done before. Number one, use the safety bars. Right here. That's number one. First and foremost, use the safety bars. Right? Alright, let me show you how to get depth. So, you get a bar, go ahead and squat down to your depth, and you can see, those are too low, right? So we need to come up probably to here, 13, so that I'm coming down, and if I fail, I can just set it down. So, let's go ahead and move those up. Alright, I'll put that to the side. Now you want to double check, make sure it's not too high. Alright. Yep, that's perfect. So I'm at depth, and it's hitting right there. If I have to, I can just get out of it, right? So we got perfect depth. Now we're ready to put the weight on and do some squats. The best way to fail on your squats is to fail on your safety bars. By far, if you're going to do it, this is the way to do it. Set your safety bars up. Set them at the right depth. Get everything ready before you start. So, this is how you properly fail on a squat. Obviously, you're going to have a lot more weight on here. You go down, get your squat, attempt to come back up. I'm failing. Just let it sit on the bar and stand up. It's literally that easy when you use the safety equipment. So utilize the safety equipment, put your safety bars up. If you have to fail, that's the way to do it.
Only caution is just make sure you know how to use these safety bars. Ask for help if you're not sure how to install them. Make sure they're even, you don't have one higher than the next. And then also find the label on the equipment and see what they're rated for.
Good point.
Yeah, there's some freaks of nature out there. You guys are squatting like 800 pounds. They're probably not rated for something like that. So just make sure you know what you're working with.
Very good point. So what happens if you don't have safety arms?
Good question.
Stay tuned. I'll show you how to fail without safety arms. So we don't have safety bars anymore. You're at a gym that doesn't have them. I don't know what gym doesn't have them, but you're somewhere that doesn't have safety bars. Number one, I would caution pushing the squats without the safety bars. Use extreme caution. All right, number two tip, always have a spotter. Make sure she knows how to spot.
Yes.
Have a spotter. Make sure they know how to spot. Talk about the spot before you do it, before you hit failure. See how they're going to spot. I've seen people grab the bar. I've seen people trying to lift your butt cheeks up. I've seen all kinds of crazy spots. Make sure they know how to spot. Camille's going to show you right now how to properly spot. All right, so no safety arms. You hit failure, but you got a spotter. So, come down. We're pushing up. We're pushing up. We can't get it up. We're failing. And Camille just comes up under the armpits and picks me up. Just like that, y'all. I hope that was good demonstration. That is the proper way to spot. If you hit failure on your squats, make sure your spotter knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and just keep communicating. The spotter wants to give you as much flexibility as possible, and it can be hard to make that judgment call, but if you're the spotter, you're not sure, swoop in there anyway, right?
Yes, we're talking about a very dangerous move. We're talking about very heavy weight. Don't mess around if you're the spotter. Get in there and pick them up.
Right.
Don't play around. Don't try to help a little bit. Get in there and pick them up and get the bar back.
right? Also make sure your spotter is able to help with the weight that they're doing. If it's a lot of weight and you got an itty bitty person that's a spotter and you need a lot of help, it could be a challenge. And the person with the bar, keep fighting all the way to the top. Don't let your spotter take all the load or something weird.
Your spotter's not gonna take your load. If you're at the bottom, you're trying to push that squat up, you keep pushing.
Yes.
If you quit, there's no way that spotter's gonna pick you, your weight, and the bar, and everything else back up. So absolutely keep pushing. All right, so we don't have safety bars, we don't have a spotter. How do you properly fail on squats, right? We watched a couple months back, Justin Vicky passed away from a squat, a mishap on his squats. When he failed forward. The bar rolled up over his head with 450 pounds. It actually killed him. You know, it's tragic. Should never happen, should have never happened. That's why you use your safety arms. And he did have a spotter, by the way, but the spotter didn't know what they were doing. So, again, make sure you have a spotter. Make sure you use your safety arms. If all that's gone, dump the bar behind you. Behind you. Under no circumstances, dump the bar in front of you. Never roll that bar over your head. Dump it behind you. It's really not that hard. Check it out. All right. So you're coming down, you're squatting, you're by yourself, you're hitting failure here, you can't get it up. You see how easy that is? You dump the bar behind you. Watch your hair, if you got long hair, watch out for your hair. Dump the bar behind you. Under no circumstance, absolutely no circumstance, roll that bar over your head.
Yeah, one tip I have if you are alone doing this, one thing that helps is to squat with a low bar on the back versus high.
Okay.
When it's high up against the neck, you are going to have that tendency for it to want to go forward. So if you're alone, drop that bar a little lower and it'll naturally want to go backwards.
Great tip. Put the bar a little bit lower, it's a lot easier to dump backwards. Great tip. All right, y'all, thanks for staying tuned to see how to properly fail on your squats. Number one, don't fail on your squats. Fail on leg press. Do not fail on squats. All right, if you're pushing the limits, number one, make sure you got your safety arms up and make sure they're at the correct depth. Number two, make sure you have a spotter. It's probably a great idea to have the safety arms and a spotter. I would highly recommend that, matter of fact. Especially if you're hitting, you can hit half rep or whatever, she can help you up on your last rep, etc., etc. And number three, dump the bar behind you. If you're pushing the limits by yourself, I get it, we want those gains. Err on the side of safety, y'all. Don't push it. Don't go crazy.
Not worth it.
Go to failure on leg press. Do not fail on squats. And if you do, dump the bar behind you. Under no circumstance, dump it over your head. All right. Thanks for staying tuned for more videos like this. Check out our leg day playlist. Don't fail on squats. Hit dislike and subscribe.